So if you ever end up purchasing a car that is on the other side of the country, you're gonna end up having two choices. One is you ask the dealer to ship the car to you, right? They put it on the back of a trailer. It's safer, it's faster, it's cheaper. The other option is you can fly out there and pick up the car yourself. Now, this option is more expensive because you have to pay for the ticket and then the gas driving back. And then it's not as safe. You can get tickets, you can get into car accidents, and it takes longer. But it's definitely the less boring option. Ever since I was a kid, people would tell me, Arvin kunet mikhane, which means your ass itches for trouble. It's not that I'm looking for trouble. It's more like I'm looking for an adventure, and what better excuse to film it, ask a bunch of friends to tag along, and tell you guys a bunch of stories. So let's go to North Carolina and pick up this car. We're in Charlotte. And red-eye flight to Charlotte, North Carolina. Successful. Even though there was a baby sleeping next to me. Okay, I'm about to go pick up the car and see the car for the first time. And then drive to Research Triangle, Chapel Hill to meet Daniel, who's a subscriber. He's building his dream home and he needs my help. Now, I haven't told you guys something. This is not my first cross-country trip. I've done a trip going east about 20 years ago from San Diego all the way to Milwaukee. That took 5 days and a lot of things went wrong. This is like 2005, 2006, and I was driving a 1998 Mitsubishi Montero Sport. I got one flat tire, I got 2 tickets, and I killed 2 birds in Nebraska. This trip, this car is not brand new. It's much older. In fact, it's been garaged for the last 20 years. It has only done 2,000 miles, and I'm about to put it to a test of its life, driving it 2,400 miles in 5 days. And then I have left no room for freaking error, meaning I'm picking up a friend and dropping off a friend and picking up another friend, and they're all flying. They've got their tickets. So everything has to go perfectly. And it's really kind of dawning on me right now how optimistic this trip is planned. And it all depends on this car. It really has to perform. So let's go see the car. All right, here we are. Auto Barn, Concord, North Carolina. Let's go meet Dino. Wow, this place is huge. I think I see it. Yes. This is mine.
Is that yours?
Yes.
Congratulations. All right, Tom Marshall here.
I'm Arvin. Nice to meet you, Tom.
Opened the place here 18 years ago.
Oh my God, what an
You
amazing
get a
place.
Good darn car here.
Good,
Yeah,
good.
Look at it.
It's
All right.
so beautiful.
Right off.
It's about to go on a ride of its life.
Well, that's what I hear.
Yeah.
You know what? And I'm saying, I know he's told you 100 times.
Mm-hmm.
We don't recommend taking any cars in here. We've got late models in here, 2018, 2020.
Yeah.
We don't recommend that you take those out of here and go on long distances, because most of these cars come from collectors or come from people that haven't driven them very much
Yeah.
the last month or 10 months or year. That's why they're selling them.
Yeah.
And you could have a wire, you could have a hose, you could have something So, but you're going to Raleigh and then you're going to Spartanburg? Or
No,
South
I'm
Carolina?
going to Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
And then I'm driving back to Charlotte for the night.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to Nashville.
Yeah.
And then from Nashville, I'm going to Oklahoma City. And then from Oklahoma City, I'm going to Albuquerque. And then from Albuquerque, I'm going to Monument Valley. And then from Monument Valley, I'm going to Phoenix. And then from Phoenix, I'm going to LA.
You don't feel at all nervous about a strange car that you're buying that's got so many miles on it?
It's 54,000.
Okay, it was 54 or 5,400. A strange car to head out on putting it through a test.
You don't recommend that?
No, do not.
Okay, I'm editing the video and I'm laughing here, but that is not the emotion I was experiencing at the time. You see, before, even on the flight coming to the dealership, it was all shits and giggles, right? It was like, oh, we're doing a road trip, classical cars. My friends are going to tag along. We're going to tell stories. It's going to be fun. But when this guy, like a veteran of the industry for 18 years, is saying like, don't do it multiple times, dead serious, I started having extremely strong doubts in my head. Like, I just asked my friends in the middle of the week to stop what they're doing, fly out, flight tickets, hotel tickets, back-to-back schedule with no room for error. And this car is just not going to make it. It's a 1980. It's been garaged for 20 years. It really dawned on me that like 20 minutes after talking to this guy, I'm about to drive this car off the lot and do what I said I was going to do. And that scared the living crap out of me. Now, this is like a 6-part series I'm going to post over the next like 2 months. So subscribe if you want to see exactly how it played out at the end.
How you
Nice
doing,
to
Arvin?
meet you, Dino. How you doing,
Good
buddy?
to see you, man. How was your trip?
Oh, I got a red-eye flight.
Oh.
And I'm good, though. I'm good. I slept a good 4 hours. But I'm so excited to pick this car up.
He's going to drive back Albuquerque and
All the way.
Oklahoma City.
Yeah, we're doing it all the way.
On to California.
We're going all
I
the
guess,
way.
Right?
It's going to go through the test of its life.
You're putting a strange car to a test.
Yep. Well, like I said, the guy that owned it, I'll get y'all the paperwork on it, but the mechanics here, they're pretty dang good. They actually had worked in Hendrick,
Okay.
which is a motorsports here in Charlotte.
Yeah, yeah.
And we got a father and a son that do mechanic work. And they're pretty good. Wouldn't you agree
Oh,
with
they're
that?
good. They're
Yeah.
not pretty good. They're good.
Yeah.
And they went all over it, you know, and Tim's supposed to be here in a few minutes, and
Okay.
he's the one that actually did it, so
Okay.
you'll be able to talk to him.
Good.
He's going to help me put the top on it. I've got the top over there.
Perfect.
But we will certainly go ahead and do what you want to do.
Oh, I'm so excited. This is it. The journey is about to start. Hear that sound. That's Mercedes, baby. One more time. 54,161 miles. Hardtop is on. And let's get the show started. Wow, it's so smooth.
In 800 feet, turn right onto Central Drive Northwest.
We do need to put some gas in this
Head
baby.
northwest on
I see gas station. Let's go fill up this sucker. So I just realized this is the first time I'm pumping gas in about maybe 4 years because I've had a Tesla, and it brings me to another point where I'm going from a fully autonomous driving to not even a back view camera. Gas prices are not expensive in North Carolina. That's a good thing. Let's see how many gallons actually this baby takes. I think it had a couple more gallons in there too. So I think it gets around 16, 17 gallons. And supposedly they do 18 miles per gallon. So let's see how it performs. All right. Daniel, here I come. So we got a 2-hour What's that noise? That noise doesn't make me feel comfortable. It's a little whistling noise. What is it trying to tell me? I have no idea. Alright, I zeroed the odometer to see how many miles we're gonna go per tank. But I can tell you, right off the bat, I'm feeling more and more comfortable with the car. It's kind of a no-brainer. Very smooth. It just whistles. Why is it whistling? Let's ask ChatGPT. I just bought a 560 SL and I'm driving it for the first time, and the car makes this whistling sound. What is it trying to tell me? It's a 1988 Mercedes SL 560.
Congrats on the new car. That whistling sound could be caused by a vacuum leak, a worn belt, or an issue with the air intake. It's a good idea to have a mechanic check it out to pinpoint the exact cause. Enjoy your drive.
What? No, it's not like a whistling engine noise. It's a whistling, like the car is making a whistling sound. Like it's a signal.
Oh, I see. That whistling could be from the weather stripping around the windows or the convertible top if there's a gap. It's common in older cars. It might be worth checking the seals or weather stripping for any wear or gaps.
Auto Bar Classic Cars is Dino. How may I help you?
Hey Dino, it's Arvin. How are you?
I'm good, brother. How about you?
There's this like the car makes this whistling noise, like as if it's like a signal it's trying to give me. Can you hear it? What is that? Like it seems like it's a warning signal or something. It's like it sounds like a tiny whistle.
Can you tell where it's coming from? The noise.
The dashboard.
It's coming from the dashboard.
Yeah, like the like all the stuff in front of me. Did you hear that?
I heard a beep. Yeah.
Yeah. What is that beep?
Not sure. It doesn't have any lights
No.
on the dash.
No. So say it again. What is the whistle? What is the?
Look at that file folder. There is a brochure on the buzzbuster that comes in that car from the radar detector.
Ah, that's the whistling noise. I'm like,
That's it.
that's what it is. It's a cop radar detector. That's what it is. All right, hour in. And pretty smooth. The steering is very responsive. Very, very responsive. Besides the continuing whistling sound, there you go. There is nothing to report. Very smooth car, easy to drive, and it's a roadster, you know, great for cruising. We're halfway to Chapel Hill, and we should be there in another hour. I might stop somewhere to get some food because I'm starving. All right, we're getting close to Chapel Hill. I've been fascinated by what's been happening in real estate in Research Triangle. It's a combination of 3 towns: Raleigh, North Carolina, Chapel Hill, and Durham. This area is showing signs that it could be what Bay Area, San Francisco, Silicon Valley was in the 1970s and 1980s. So I've been studying this area for at least 2.5 years. I've been following real estate transactions here. I've been watching the prices increase at a ridiculous rate. But still, even to today, in like Californian terms or New York, homes are affordable. But what's happening is that big tech companies are coming here, starting offices, and paying very good high-paying jobs. And high-paying jobs is the key to the growth of a city. Why? Because according to a lot of different publications, every white-collar job creates 5 other blue-collar jobs. Okay? So if you want to study property appreciation, one of the main factors is how much high-paying jobs are being added every year. That is the income, right? That increases the demand. The other element is supply. Now, supply in Research Triangle is a lot more abundance than Bay Area or Seattle for that matter. You see, the areas where I've seen the most amount of appreciation, they've had this combination of the demand that we just spoke about, but also limited supply due to a lot of times the topography and the geography of the land, like Bay Area being a peninsula or Seattle also being surrounded by water. This type of limitation in supply and combination with the demand, it really is a recipe for skyrocketing residential or even commercial real estate prices. So I've been looking for this combination all around the United States, and I wanted to identify parts in Research Triangle that do have a supply limitation, right? Maybe they're already established, built out, like Cary or other neighborhoods where they have a central position as to nothing can be really added. You have to tear down the house to build another one, where you might be able to get some somewhat similar appreciations as to Seattle and San Francisco Bay Area. Now, we're visiting Daniel. I'm pretty sure he's a tech employee or founder of a company. He's exactly the stereotype of the type of people who are moving to Research Triangle and driving the economical growth that is happening in North Carolina in general. I think that's him. Hey! How do you like my new car?
Oh, it's I mean, this is so different. Yes, it's nice.
Good meeting you, man.
Yes, nice
Nice
to
to
see
meet
you.
you.
Big fan.
Thank you so much for supporting, and I'm very glad to be here.
So you drove this all the way from California?
No, I just came here, bought this, picked it up, and I'm driving it back all the way to California.
Oh wow,
So you're the first stop.
nice.
Okay, so what this is doing is repositioning you because you're coming backwards to the lot, right? To the view, right? So that's what it's doing. And then you go over here.
Yeah, that's the whole thing is a master suite.
This is the primary suite, all of it.
Yeah.
Okay, I spent about 3 hours with Daniel, both at the restaurant, going over the layout and giving tweaks and suggestions to improve it, and also at the job site. Now, they had already got the plans approved and construction was started, so there's so much I could have helped them. Now, in a nutshell, more or less, I'm going to cover what we discussed so you can learn what you will get if you hire me as a consultant. First, we discussed why this lot was really not the right lot for them, because it's highly sloped. It's a T transaction lot where you kind of walk into it and, ironically doesn't have the great feng shui, let's say. But one of the main elements is that so much of the lot gets wasted trying to give you that private driveway. You get to the lot, by the time you get to the top level, your house is so pushed back against the property lot that you almost get no backyard. And that's a huge negative. And the fact that once you get up there, you're north facing against the south, it's also a negative. And they spent $800,000 on this lot, and their construction cost is about $4 million. So it was really, really silly to spend little money on the site and so much on construction, where you could have, spent, on $2 million or $2.5 million on a lot that was more flat. You had a lot less cost in construction and excavation as to buying this lot, and you would have had significantly more upside, because this house probably it's going to be worth about $4 or $5 million at the end, which how much they've actually are in it. Right? As to if they bought a better lot, they could have had an exit of around maybe $8-9 million, because this area is a gated community, fantastic area of Chapel Hill. Okay, before we go over the layout, let me show you guys the rendering of how the property looks like. Okay, so after you get that past long driveway, you come over here. This is the entrance to the basement, but not the main house, okay? It's kind of the man cave. We'll discuss that later. But if you're a resident yourself, you live here, or your family guests who don't want to go to the basement come in, they have to go around to this motor court over here and then take, these stairs and come over to this little front patio and enter through this area. You will have a kind of a weird entrance. Again, it's kind of sad because I didn't get involved with this project much earlier. I could have had more impact, but I pointed out all these flaws that they should have thought about before really buying this lot. And that's why I do consulting, because I can kind of foresee these problems so you won't make the same mistakes. But here's the first floor layout. After you park over your car over here, garage, you have this entrance through the mudroom. You can come in through this way, and your guests will come through here to this foyer, which is a really weird place to have a foyer in the front of the house. But the problem is you're backwards to the view, right? You have to reposition yourself somehow. Now, I would have much preferred to have a long driveway, a walkway right by this location. So you enter center to the view where you have a 50-50 depth on each side, where you can turn around, see the great room and the view on this side, and turn left, see the dining area and the depth of the backyard, which is actually pretty small over here, okay? But anyhow, we couldn't change this. You enter from here. The couple things that I knew I could help right away was having two dining rooms right next to each other. I mean, this was really, really silly because, what are you going to do after you finish dinner, right? You need a place immediately right next to you to hang out. And the two options I gave is that you could either turn this area into, you can put a kind of a breakfast nook over here in this area, and have it make this into a seating arrangement, right? And then you have a breakfast nook over here, and you can have a TV over here where this becomes more of a family living, and you put the formal dining over here, or the other way around. You extend the bar, you create a breakfast nook over here, maybe a TV on this wall, or you do a built-in corner breakfast nook over here with, you got to eliminate some of these windows, but really incorporate a living section over here that is right next to the kitchen, and you keep this as the formal dining. But just having two formal dining next to each other, as soon as people finish eating, they either going to go to their rooms, right? Or they're going to go to the basement, right? It's just the whole purpose of your main living space is lost because no one's going to go to the formal living space to spend time in because it's just too formal. It's not inviting, right? They chose to put their primary bedroom on the first floor, which is normal in parts of the country, like Texas also, and have 4 bedrooms upstairs. Now, I thought the second floor or the third floor was the best floor. They had 4 equal-sized bedrooms in each corner of the property and a big living space where they could have a third level family room in the center. I thought this was the best part of the house, to be honest. What was really disappointing was the basement. Now, the basement depth doesn't go all the way. As you can see, this is the exterior wall above. I suggested having a light well over here, but it would end up in the middle of the family room, which you could technically have, but you're not going to get that much light. You could do a light tunnel where you kind of move the light, with mirrors, and they have the technology where you kind of move it. But I really thought this back wall should be lit with natural light, because when you walk in, there's just no windows on this. You're under the ground, right? What was also very silly is that they've put a kitchen over here as the back wall of the game room, masculine cave, man cave, right? Which I thought it's also very silly because you could get all the kitchen stuff. You can have the fridge on a lower cabinet. You could have a cooktop induction under the countertop, right? You can have all the element of the kitchen, oven, microwave, but you should hide it. And the backdrop should be a bar, right? With a seating and stools, maybe a curved bar over here. And you still can do some light cooking over here, but optically it should not look like a kitchen, right? The other element that I thought the storage room over here was extremely big. And then the part that the sauna and the steam room were really on an interior wall with no windows was really, really silly. You really should expose that to the outside, and, you'll have a way better spa experience. And, I suggested to also move that elsewhere. Now, the theater room, I thought the entrance to the door was very inconvenient, right? It's kind of a weird place to enter the theater room. So I thought maybe, barn doors will be better if they're soundproof. And this room, I couldn't figure out why they had it. Overall, their design was very, curated for them. It was their dream home. And a ton of time, that's where I see the biggest problems, because you really start building for yourself and not considering resale value. And then you get upset when people don't like your house. So if you like to consult with me, you can click on the link, and earlier the better, because the more impact I can have. Daniel, nice meeting you, buddy.
Nice to meet you too.
I'll see you soon, hopefully one day.
Yeah, see you soon.
If you come to LA, let me know.
Yeah.
Sounds good?
Yeah, and by the way, you look better in real person.
Okay.
Well, I'm not saying you look bad on the video.
You just basically said I look like shit on camera.
No, I didn't.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you,
look
buddy.
awesome.
Thank you. So I just finished with Daniel, and what a guy. 28 years old. He's got a physics undergrad, statistics master's, works at Duke Hospital, helping researchers with statistical analysis of the latest biomedicine and all the research they're doing. And then to impress his father-in-law, he's taken the role of construction manager to build their little mansion in Chapel Hill for his wife's parents for free. And he's only 28. And he's not just doing managing accounting and project management, timing and everything. No, he's gone all the way to China and sourced 20 different factories and is importing everything from cabinets to marble to windows from China for the property to Chapel Hill at a very, very low cost. And in the process, he's got exclusive distribution rights for a bunch of these products, like a special window that they make in China.
Well made. Yeah. So this manufacturer has been founded for 28 years.
28 years.
Yeah, in China. And right, so for this type of high-end product, it's the number one company in China. And it's been selling to the most wealthy people in China, like the billionaires, millionaires.
And they're exporting now. They're getting into exporting.
Yeah, in 2024 they just
started.
Yeah, just started.
Yeah, it looks good quality.
Yeah,
it looks clean. Yeah, good stuff.
He's only 28, and a breed of new generation are so hardworking and are so ambitious that it's really, when I look back at what I was doing when I was 28, it's laughable, right? The lessons that he's gonna learn in this process, I wouldn't put it past them that in 10 years time, he will be one of the biggest developers, builders in Chapel Hill, Raleigh, North Carolina. And that's exactly why when I say these white collar jobs create 5 blue collar jobs, it's because of that. Because the white collar jobs, like researcher, create enough financing and they're so ambitious that they go and start other businesses. But beside the other businesses, they also spend a lot of money, right? That means they're gonna go to hair salons, dry cleaning, all the other service industries in that region will do better, and real estate prices will go higher and higher. And he's gonna benefit that both from his job being in Research Triangle doing biotech, and also he's gonna ride the gravy train of real estate in Research Triangle, all in the name of trying to impress his father-in-law. Now, talking about father-in-laws and family, I'm on my way right now to Charlotte Airport to pick up my own father-in-law, as he's gonna accompany me from Charlotte tomorrow morning to Nashville, Tennessee. And in the process, I'm gonna share his story with you guys. Oh, and I haven't told you guys one thing. No one who's joining me on each leg of this trip knows what kind of car I've got. So you're gonna watch them react to the car I've bought for myself. What type of car do you think I've bought?
I think that it is something unique that I have never ever.
Well, guess. You just gotta guess. If you had to guess one car, what would be?
It should be Ferrari, Porsche,
Okay, just one. Ferrari or Porsche?
Porsche.
Okay,
Am I right or wrong?
you will find out.
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the comments.